Hello student, good morning all of you. I hope you all are fine. I Neeraj Khare, the biology teacher of class ninth. Dear student, at we start for the chapter 15, Importance in Food Resources, part 2. Importance in Food Resources, part 2. Fertilizer. Fertilizer are commercially produced plant nutrients. Fertilizers are produced plant nutrients. Fertilizers supply nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Fertilizers supply nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. They are used to ensure good vegetative growth, leaf, branch, and flower, giving rise to healthy plants. Fertilizers are an important factor in the higher yield of high cost farming. Organic organic farming. It is the farming system with the mini with the minimal of no use of the chemicals as the fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides, etc., and with the maximum input of organic manure, recycled from the waste is use of bioagents such as the culture of blue green algae in the preparation of biofertilizers, neem leaves of the turmeric specific in grain storage as the biopesticide with the healthy cropping system. The mixed cropping, intercropping, and crop rotation. These cropping systems are beneficial in insect, pest, and weed control beside the providing nutrients. Irrigation. Proper irrigation is a very important for the success of crop, ensuring that the crop gets water at the right stage during their growing season can increase the expected the yield of crop. Different kinds of irrigation system include the wells, canals, river, and tanks. Bell Wells, these are of two types of, namely duck wells and the tube wells. In the duck wells, water is the collect from the water wearing the strata. Tube well can tap water from the deeper strat. From these the wells, water in the lifted by pump for irrigation. River lift system. River lift system in areas where canal flow in the insufficient or the irregular access to the indicate the reservoir release. The lift system is more rotational. Water is directly draw from the river for the supplements irrigation in areas close to rivers. Tanks, these are small storage reservoir which the intercrete and store the run of the smaller catchment areas. Cropping patterns, it is include the different way of the growing crops so as to get the maximum benefit. These different way include the followings. Mixed cropping is the growing two or more crop in simultaneously on the same pieces of land. For the example, wheat plus gram, or wheat plus mustard, or groundnut plus sunflower. This reduce the disease risk and the giving some ensure against the failure of one of the crop. Intercropping, it is the involve growing two or more crop only the some field in the definite preparation or the pattern. A few row of the one crop alternate with the few row of the second crop. For the example, soybean plus maize, or finger milled plus Pialovia, the crop are selected such their nutrients requirements are different. This ensure maximum utilization of the nutrients supplied and also prevent pest and disease from the shepherding to all the plants. belonging to one crop in a field. This way, both crop can give better return. Crop rotation. Rotation, the growing of different crop, one of piece of the land in a perpetuate succession in the known as the crop rotation. Depending upon the duration, crop rotation is done for different crop combinations. For different crop combinations, the ability of the moistures and the irrigation facilities decide the choice of the crop to the cultivated after one harvest. If crop rotation is done properly, then two or three crop can be growing in a year with good harvest. The food requirement of dairy animals are of two types. First one is a maintenance the requirement, which is the food required to support the animals to live a healthy life. And second one, we milk produce the requirement, which is the type of food required during the location period. Beets. Beets are unwanted plants in the cultivated field. For the examples, Gorgoprethinums, gazer, and the Cypress rotation the motha, they compete of the food space and the light. Beets take up the nutrients and reduce the growth of the crop. So therefore the removal of beets from cultivated field during the earlier stage of the crop growth is the initial for good harvest. Method of weeds control. Methods of weeds control. The most of the affected methods is the mechanical removal. Prevented the methods such as the proper seeds bed, the preparation, finally sowing of the crop, entire cropping and the crop rotation also help in the weeds control. Insect pests. Generally, insect pests attack the plants in three ways. They cut the root system and leaf, the suck the cells sap from the various part of the plants, and they bore into the stem and the fruits. They thus the affect the health of the crop and reduce the yield. Animal feed includes ruggage, which is the large fibers, and the constructions which are low in the fiber and the contain the relativity high level of protein and other nutrients. Productions of poultry birds. For the good productions of the poultry birds, good management practices are the important. These include the maintenance of the temperature and hygienic conditions in housing and poultry feeds, as well as best preparation and the control of disease and pests. The housing, nutrition, and the environmental requirement of boilers are the somewhere different from those of the egg layer. The rotation bodies is the protein rich with the aquatic fat. The level of the vitamins A and K is the kept high in the poultry feeds. Fish production. Fish production, these are the two ways of the obtaining fish. One is the from the natural resources, which is the called the capture fishing. The other way is by the fish farming, which is called as the culture fishery. Popular manners fish varieties include the pompier, the mackerel, tuna, sardines, and the Bombay duck. So marine fish of the high economical values include the malutes, the vakti parallel spot, forest mussels, and oysters. As a marine fish is the stock get the further the depleted the demand for the more fish can only be need meet by culture fisheries participates called as a mariculture. Fish resources are of two types: fish freshwater resources such as the canal, ponds, reservoir, and rivers, and break is the water resources seawater and fresh water mixed, such as the inshore and the lagoon. More extensive fish farming can be done is the composite fish culture system. Both local and imported fish species are used in such the system. So dear student, today this chapter is complete. So I send you the PDF file for exercise. So complete your note copy and send me. Thank you.